Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program Business Point on Global Television. Happy Friday to you all. It's an amazing day, and we're about to bring you recent developments of what's going on in the business scene in Nigeria and Ghana and every other part of the world on today's editions. So today we'll be starting basically with the home front before we move out, given the fact that there's a hike now, a massive hike in the PMS price. The Minister of Petroleum and Energy has come out to say that the availability of petrol is going to help stabilize the pricing, and then availability of product is expected to hopefully cut down the current PMS price in filling stations, given the fact that Dangote product is already ready and about to hit the market, though still waiting on FEC to give a final directive on how much he would be selling his own petrol. So with this now, or in line of this, the Minister of Petroleum came and said the availability of petrol would be able to help cut down the price. And again, the CBN have also released an economic draft about the August report verdict, and as well as Custom also releasing the figures of export duties that they received in the month of August. All of that and more would be coming on today's edition of the program. Before we dive into x-ray all of these angles of business points today, let me bring you a quick business report by Kikelamo Okere. Please do stay with us. We'll be right back.
Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority NMDPRA has finalized an agreement with the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited to sell crude oil to Dangote Refinery in local currency, the Naira. This is contained in a statement signed by NMDPRA in Abuja following the commencement of petrol production by Dangote Refinery. This development is in line with the recent approval by the Federal Executive Council to sell crude oil to Dangote Refinery in Naira, as well as purchase petrol products from the refinery in the local currency. NMDPRA also confirmed that Dangote petrol production, adding that the refinery will produce 20 million liters of petrol in September. In another statement, the Chief Executive Officer of Dangote Refinery, Aliko Dangote, says the deal to sell crude oil to refinery in Naira by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will reduce pressure on foreign exchange by at least 40%. The dollar index remained near its weekly high, while the Nigerian Naira fell below a key support line. The local currency dropped below 1,600 Naira per dollar, support level in the black market. Black market fundamental indicates renewed demand pressure and an expanding supply gap, leading to another round of Nigerian depreciation. The Naira fell below from 1,625 Naira per dollar last weekend to 1,635 Naira per dollar yesterday. The local currency is under severe pressure this month, struggling to maintain the critical 1,500 Naira support level. According to market indicators, despite slight improvement in some macroeconomic conditions in the Nigerian foreign exchange market, fundamentals suggest that if the local currency cannot maintain its current level, it may decline towards 1,800 Naira per dollar. Even ardent supporter of free market economic may now doubt that the Naira will strengthen to its March high this quarter. The Central Bank of Nigeria plans to issue Treasury bill value at 2.2 trillion Naira in the fourth quarter of 2024. This substantial issuance, a direct response to the nation's current economic difficulties, aims to stabilize the Naira while managing liquidity in the financial market. In response to soaring inflation, the Nigerian Apex Bank has adopted a tight monetary policy, rising interest rates on Treasury bill notes to provide more incentive in the Nigerian capital markets. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has criticized dealers for inflating the price of Boa cement to 7,000 naira and 8,000 naira per bag, compared to the company's recommended price of 3,500 naira. The FCCPC disclosed these in a statement in response to a remark the organized private sector regarding retail sector oversight. The FCCPC recently clarified its 1-month embargo given to traders and other market stakeholders involved in the exploitative pricing. Kike Lomo Okere.
Yes, many thanks for that business report, Kike Lomo Okere. And we'll be going on a very quick break. When we return back, we'll be extremely deep on the report from the CBN, Custom, and as well as Ghana Rebound, as they trying to, evolve and then get infrastructural equipment ready for them to be able to extract and then yield and develop their economy the more. Still looking at that, we are also going to look at the petroleum price and hike that we've suffered in Nigeria. So there's just so much more that we're going to discuss on today's edition of the program. But you do stay with us when we return back. Business Point continues. Business Point on Global Television.
The business world can be dynamic and unpredictable, with headwinds and volatility sometimes becoming an obstacle for players in the business and economy landscape. Watch Business Point on Global Television as Samuel Oji walks you through the twists, turns and curves in bonds, stocks and crucial market indices from a global standpoint. Watch Business Point weekdays on Global Television at 11 a.m. West African time. Business Point. This is business.
Many thanks for staying with us. Now, let me bring you up to speed with what the Petroleum Minister, Senator Heineken, has to say. The Petroleum Minister says the availability of PMS will stabilize price across the country. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Heineken, stated that the availability of supply of petrol price will result in the stability of price across the country. The minister made the statement while addressing, the newsmen following a meeting with the Vice President, Kashim Shettima. Heineken noted that the industry has been diluted and the government was no longer setting price. So all of this happened now because obviously the president is out of the country in China trying to have negotiations and then business deals that would help, push Nigerian economy forward. Though the number 2 man, the Vice President Kashim Shettima, had to summon and then call, stakeholders and as well as the Minister of Petroleum to find out what the problem is and why the sudden hike in price. And then he says availability would be able to curb down and then help the prices go down, as well as, Nigeria having it in surplus. But there are questions that Nigerians are asking still on a daily basis. How comes do we get to this point? And those questions are always rising, and the impact of the price, the hike in the fuel price now is affecting every other businesses, small-scale businesses, the women selling in the market, and those in the urban area, as well as poor small-scale business enterprises. So all of this now boils down to the hike in the fuel price. Well, the minister came out to say if we do have availability that is enough of the product, that means we would be able to stabilize the price. So we are hoping to see that happen with the assurance of the Vice President and the Minister of Petroleum. We are hoping to see that happen real soon. So still talking business, Nigerian economy activities has been able to, show a positive turn for the first time over a year. Economic activity in Nigeria has shown a positive turn for the first time in over a year, according to the latest report from the Central Bank of Nigeria. Purchasing Margin Index, which is PMI, for August 2024, compiled by the CBN, Central Bank of Nigerian Statistics Department, indicates an expansion in business activities after 13 months of consecutive contraction. The composite PMX for the month of August 2024 stood at 50.2 index points, signaling a growth in economic activities. This development is a significant milestone, reflecting the cautious optimism for various sectors of the economy. According to this report, the composite PMI for August 2024 stood at 50.2 index points, indicating expansion in the economic activities for the first time in 13 consecutive months of construction. So all of this have been happening, and then we're having back and forth and a backlog in the way that Nigerian economy has been, crawling, and then now it's showing a 50.2% point margin, which is an increase. So now we are hoping to see with this now and the forecast that has been projected for the coming year and then the coming months, coming weeks of the year, we are all expecting to see that our inflation rate starts talking about food inflation now, and general inflation, which is at the food inflation is at 40.5%. We're expecting to see that come down and decline, given the fact that we are having this 50.2 points added. So the rising output of the new orders, raw materials, stock drive growth, according to the report. The PMI survey, which was conducted from August 12th to 16th, 2024, provides insight into the general performance of key sectors, including industry, services, and agriculture. So these are the major talking points, and then these are the major contributors to this rebound that Nigerian economy faced. So let's look at that, and then basically this is also going to have an impact in terms of food inflation that I rightly mentioned, and then other industries and services. Other services include hospitality and the rest of them. So looking at the agricultural sector now, we are expecting with this rebound that we're facing and then this positive turn, we're expecting to see that the Nigerian economy and then the food inflation that is at 40% should come down to a significant level. And then we're hoping to see that, and then we're waiting on the CBN still to release the current inflation rates for the period of August. So that's what we are hoping to see. Still on Nigerian economy, and now we'll be looking at the import duties that happened in August. Nigerian customs service collected 277.5 billion in import duties in the month of August. The spokesperson for Nigerian Customs Service, Mr. Abdullahi, announced that the service collected 277.5 billion naira in import duties for the month of August. Meanwhile, all of this happened before the federal government of Nigeria waived import duties for grains. So don't get it mixed up, don't get it twisted, because the only importation duty that was lifted was just for grains that will be coming in. But I think every other importation duty fees are actually being paid. So you don't go ahead and say, no, I thought the government said they are waiving import duties. No, they waived it for just grains, not just for every other thing. This information was made known during the monthly press conference organized by the Strategic Communication Integrity Policy Committee, that's in the Customs Service, which was hosted by Nigerian Custom here in the capital. He further highlighted that the service also collected 15 billion in excess duties, reinforcing the commitment to optimize revenue generation. So this is an avenue that Custom uses to generate their own funds and then do their own dealings and as well contribute to the growth and development of Nigerian economy. So with all of this happening, it shows a significant milestone that a whole lot of importation has been happening, and the customer also doing their own path to help make sure that not illegal goods get into Nigeria, not just Nigeria, but hitting Nigerian market. So let's be moving away and then go to our sister land, our neighboring country here, Ghana, where Eurobond default. Ghana reveals restructuring terms as African Bondholders Committee voiced support for the Republic of Ghana has initiated a significant Eurobond debt restructuring offer aiming to activate its growing debt burden as the country grappled with severe economic challenge, including inflationary pressure and depreciating currency and mounting fiscal difficulties. The exchange offered the consistent solicitation announced by the Minister of Finance on September. And made this announcement earlier today from a crucial part of the government strategy to restore fiscal stability and reduce the unstable debt load. The initiative is seen as a vital component of Ghana's border recovery plan, which is backed by the International Monetary Fund under a $3 billion extended credit facility. Details of the exchange offer, the restructuring plan offers bond holders the options of exchange in their existing Eurobond holding for new bonds with reverse term. Ghana is proposing two restructuring options: the PAM menu and the DISCO menu. Under the PAM menu, bondholders can swap their current bonds for new long-term bonds with a low interest of 1.5% with payments stretched until 2030. Alternatively, the DISCO menu offers the higher interest rates of up to 6%, but with shorter maturity ending in 2029 or 2035, depending on the bond chosen. Both options provide bondholders with cash payment as part of the restructuring. This restructuring targets a broad array of Eurobond, including the $1 billion and 7 0.625% Eurobond due to the 2029 and its $1.25 billion of 8.12% Eurobond due to its 2030 totaling billions of dollars in extensional debt by spreading payments over a long period and adjusting interest rates. Ghana aims to reduce its immediate debt and service obligation and stabilize its finance. So this Eurobond and every other exchange that's about to happen now is just to stabilize, because Ghana itself, like it's known globally, the whole world is going through global economic crisis, and then inflation is hitting different parts of the world. The US is complaining. We obviously know China is complaining. Russia, Ukraine, Nigeria, and other African countries are actually, having this global economic challenge. So in the light to do that, Ghana is creating ways and avenues to be able to come out of this, which the president of Nigeria is also doing right in China, trying to, get ways to part and then create more avenues to be able to push and revamp Nigerian economy from every sector possible, starting from technological infrastructure, agriculture, and mineral resources. All of those angles are what the president and his cabinet are looking into to help revamp the Nigerian economy and business at large. That is how much time would permit us to take on to this edition of the program. My name is Samuel Odi. Many thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye for now.